What about you, little one?
It's so
didn't you guys tell me you were here? Alright, alright. You know, I've got a pot of coffee happening. It's fine. Got a pot of coffee happening. It's not a pot. I will say that, like, I read the shit out of Watchmen. I really fucking liked Watchmen. Okay. A lot of... Let's see. We gotta find all the parts where I'm just flooring it. There's one. What's up, Cecily? How you doing? The nice thing about the restream chat thing is that, like, the moment it goes from guy video where they showed nobody talking to a bunch of, well, the moment it goes from nobody talking to anybody talking, like, there's a giant squid that just disappears. That's pretty tight. Oh, if it's long range, then there's no cargo, because the extra space that would go for cargo is just batteries. But, like, the bike can hold, like, precious little, so who cares? I don't know. I feel pretty depressed today, so that's fun. Frank Miller it's good to know. Good to it's a good place to be. There's a giant squid. No, there's a giant squid that is until someone talks, at which point it's gone. I wonder, I've thought about getting, like, the little Amazon lights, like one that goes down here, one that goes up here, to just, like, fill out my shit. I don't know. Is my I think I might have boiling water. Hold up. All right, we're good. I got a giant tube. I have a tube of water. French presses are tight. It's a giant tube of water. There's a lot of tiny bubbles in here. You can't really see it. But I don't know. There's, like, at band camp, we would be up in the hills and shit. And I don't know, like, where they got their water or whatever. It was mad good water. It's that kind of thing where, like, up in, like, you know, you're up in the mountains and whatever. And it was up by Lake Arrowhead, actually, which is weird because Arrowhead water is shit. I should probably look into why Arrowhead water is so terrible. But it's really shitty. This is nice and warm. But yeah, the water there was really good. But it was kind of like... there was, like, a lot of air bubbles in it, you know? It's like where you'd like fill up a bottle and it would just be like, there'd be so much air coming out of solution in the water that would just be, like, white. It was mad. It was really good water. Oh, this is actually, okay, how do I make a marker? How do I make a marker? Marker, add marker. M. Wait. How do I put a marker in the thing? M. There we go. Gotta move my tube. A little induction cooktop thing is, like, the best thing I've ever bought. What's the thing people say? It's like boughten. Okay, did I ever shoot it? No, okay. It's processors. We're good. Nice air time, baby. And it's a nice little break for me. Let's see. I can probably just watch this at like 2x and just maybe I'll watch it at 1.5x and just like hit a marker whenever I see myself. Uh, bot hello. No, it's botten, Red. The term is botten. How's Street Fighter treating you? Or KOF? What have you been playing? How do you like my bigger camera? Is it too big? I don't know if my camera's too big now. It feels okay. Oh, I remember this part where I was just carrying all this like massive shit. But I think like it's the kind of thing like trying to make like YouTube videos and shit. It's like I think you kind of have to be like a fan. You have to just be that kind of person who like just be like really into other shit, like really into like other people's comic books and shit. I don't know. Like I'm really into like making stuff. But I guess yeah, that's a good point. It's like it makes me think of how like actually even like a proper like of itself media, like AAA media and shit. It's just like it's rehashing of it's just rehashing other content, or like making like a new version of Ghostbusters or some shit. It'll take me like 30 hours to bring this shit around. Okay. Oh, dang, I forgot to stop. Why didn't you guys tell me to stop it? It's 11:09, so it'll, at 12 at 11:13 I gotta go back and finish figuring out the T. I should bring it over here and like do the faff. Do the faffing about. You need to go to the doctor. I need to go doctor. I need to go doctor. And why are you need go doctor? Why you are need go doctor? Too many questions, A. Okay, better. Not much recently. Okay. See, but you were old. You had a nose infection, but you were dizzy because of your nose. Don't you get dizzy from like ear shit? Isn't that the thing? It calmed down now, but it. Oh, camera's great. Forgot one. Okay. Yeah, I feel like it's probably better to have a slightly bigger camera because I think this is on the heels of that stream where I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do this instead. This is how I'm gonna stream games. But like I think I can kind of split the difference. You know, keep the camera a little big, have like a nice little chunk of the screen. This chunk right here. Oh, I remember back when I had like I'd found this thing where I could actually draw on the screen. Well, I forgot what the software was, but it was kind of this like convoluted way to actually make the software work, like consistently and nicely. It was kind of finicky, so I just kind of like dropped it. But it was you could do that thing they do in like basketball games where they're like or like football games where they're like drawing on the screen and shit. Oh, well, there's your problem. They call it the John Madden. You know? The John Madden. Stuff's tight. Oh, I should get the spoons and stuff. I'll do the coffee faff. Green screen is busted. Green screen is busted in a bad way. Green screen is shitty. It sucks. Okay. But moving my seat up a little bit is also I should probably put on lo-fi hip hop beats. To not get DMCA'd to. How is there no why is there no like YouTube radio called Lo-Fi Hip Hop Beats to Relax / Not Get DMCA'd to? Okay, there we go. I use them in films all the time. Okay, films are a different story than like streaming. I think having a green screen on your shit is, I don't know, it's tacky and it kind of ruins the vibe. It's part of the whole like streaming experience is like the interaction between you, the streamer, and like the like it's you're like letting the audience into your world, you know? And if you have a green screen, you're kind of putting up a little barrier, like a little wall. And the people who are in your stream, like they can't come into your world. It kind of ruins a bit of the human element to streaming. Get bodied. Oh, I forgot about there's nobody on YouTube, I don't think. Yeah, nobody, so. But I should have the restream chat up anyway. I have, you know, occasionally there's someone on YouTube. But it's like definitely I'm fighting back. I believe in you, Kevin. I believe in you, Kevin. I think you can do it. Okay. I had a realization that maybe I'm a closet Zoomer. Like, I always make fun of people for, like, on the occasion that they call me a Zoomer or whatever. But I don't know, just thinking about my attitude for, like, I never liked emojis. Like, I always thought they were, like, they were just, like, shitty and, like, tacky. They seemed boomery to me always. But, you know, people in my demo would just use them. And I was just like, why the hell would you do that? Yeah, I think, I don't know, it's the kind of thing where if you want to, you can make it work, I guess. You already hate this conversation. Well, I was just thinking about, you know, I'm not saying I'm a Zoomer, right? Because obviously those generational distinctions are completely fabricated. It's just a way to sell books and shit. But just like, you know, I like the center parts. I like my fanny packs. I hate emojis and stuff. And I got I'm a weird Scandinavian, right? So you can't tell how old I am. Don't tell anybody, all right? Don't tell nobody. I'm gonna have you shot in Twitch. But yeah, you also, for the record, Red, you always hate every conversation that I have at you. So, like, how, you know, if you don't exercise discretion with your shitting, then I'm just gonna say that, oh, that's just Red being Red, you know? So maybe, see, I'm already in a better mood. I should do this more. I already am happier. But I really just gotta I gotta bite the bullet and like do voice training shit. There's no way around it. I hate emotes, yes. Well, I mean, like, Twitch emotes are okay, I guess, because it's like part of the whole culture. But like, I'm talking about like emoji, like in conversation and shit. They always just seem tacky to me. And then like Bitmoji. Who the fuck uses Bitmoji? Like my mom uses Bitmoji. Because my mom is a millennial. My mom's not a millennial. That would be weird. I don't know. Are there people who like they have kids like super Zoomers use Bitmoji? Zoomers use Bitmoji? Really? That's insane to me. Some superheroes have like more like accurate villains. Can other people confirm that Zoomers use Bitmoji? Do Zoomers, let's see. Do Zoomers use Bitmoji? Must include Zoomers. Don't fucking try to give me the runaround on this. Trying to stop boomers from continuous use of Bitmojis would be like trying to stop. 34 brutal tweets. Wait. What about boomers and kids? Is it okay for them to have Bitmoji? Wait, what? Delete your Bitmoji 2021 on Facebook? So I'm here to give you the laydown on who will survive the Bitmoji Armageddon of 2021. Boomers, yes. 4, without the presence of boomers and boomer culture, we would not be able to really recognize what cringe is. Trying to stop boomers from continuous use of Bitmojis would be like trying to stop the earth from rotating with gravitational pull. Simply, it cannot be done as it is ingrained now as part of their culture and a result of what they have built. We cannot play God here. And honestly, if squinting into the eyes of a creepy, low-quality avatar truly brings a glimpse of solace to these people and their grandchildren, that was his typo, not mine. During their last 2 years on this vapid planet, I say they give them a path. Why'd you call the planet vapid? This guy needs a fucking proofreader. Gen Z/Zoomers. I do not promote ever passing harsh judgment on a child's decision-making process. It is worth noting that the predatory nature of the Bitmoji primarily thrives on the vulnerability of the younger Zoomer minds born after 2002. In cases such as these, we can of course allow children to indulge in Bitmojis. After all, they are cartoons, oftentimes compared to as cute. So there presents no adverse reaction to combining children of this age in Bitmoji. However, the one exception to this rule applies to the more mature Gen Z, in particular the almost of age demographic, 99 to 2002. This is because in the situation that you are trying to get into a club with a fake ID, rather show the bouncer man your Snapchat profile of a blank Bitmoji. Okay, this fell off the rails real quick. That was cool for a second, and then it just became a mess.
That would be a cool story. No, wait, that's also like Miles Morales and stuff. Oh. Yeah, fucking like.
You thought, yeah, Bitmoji is that thing where like, you make a little cartoon of your. It's basically you know what it is? It's fucking Mies. It's Mies, but if you don't have a Nintendo account, it's fucking Mies. And like, remember, the only nice thing about Mies was that you could.
Murderer Spider-Man?
The only nice thing about Mies was that you could make them look like a Skelly Man. You had to Google Bitmoji because old man brain.
Okay.
Wait, so is Outstanding the only person who has an understanding of Bitmojis vis-a-vis Zoomers?
Really, I don't know.
See, I never could vibe with Snapchat.
Obviously, it was like, it came out like the right time for me to have like a special.
But I think it's just like everyone has a different format that they
Get off. See if I can bump
vibe with, I guess.
like it.
Do streamers use Bitmoji? Jesus Christ. I mean, maybe if your whole brand is sucking, I guess. Yeah, this game is so nice. This game is so nice. You get to skip everything. Every little thing, you can just skip it.
Really cares about money. What do you mean cares about money? It doesn't matter if you're a genius. Poverty doesn't care if you're a genius.
Dude, I need some links, dude. I need some links. I need some streamers to watch. I need to farm other people's content. I'm starting to like. I've got a whole plan for this video. That I know there's a spot where I'm trying to. I'm like putting along, and then there's a little like crevice, and I take my foot off the gas for a second, I drop right into it. And right there, I need to find a horn honk sound effect and have the word subscribe pop up like during that. I think that'd be a fun, inventive way to integrate subscribing into the video. Bitmoji's been around. That, Oh, you used to make little comic strips, huh? Interesting. Bitmoji stories. Wait, is Bitmoji like part of Snapchat?
It's like it's kind of a steampunk situation, you know, where if the material conditions of your world are such that like.
Does Snapchat own Bitmoji? First question. Well, it's currently owned by Snapchat. Bitmoji was originally developed by the company Bitstrips.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know like why any self-respecting person could look at that shit and not immediately think this is some boomer shit. Newsflash. Breaking news. Snapchat and it's the Bitmoji Snapchat announcement. It's just memes for Snapchat. It's just memes for Snapchat. Oh, okay, hold up. Where if the material conditions of your work are such that like you still have it's important. I gotta be paying attention. Stop distracting me, right?
The work of literal gods, then you have a very, very different society built around that.
Somebody I know switched to that 3D avatar anime thing.
Yeah.
Oh, the fucking VTuber. What? Here's a question: is the future? Yeah, VTubers is the future. Well, it's like the thing people forget is like I think people talk about VTubers as if they're like a cheat code, right? Like it's just like, oh, well, everyone's just doing VTuber now, and it's like, well, the rules still apply. Like you still got to be entertaining, you know? Like the people, like there's a lot of shitty VTubers. There's a lot of people just like being a fucking third-rate VTuber for like 2 people, right? Who the hell would stream to 2 people? But they're just like. The VTuber avatar sucks, which is a weird thing. Like, why would you cheap out on a VTuber avatar unless you're just like doing it for a lark, right? And yeah, they're just kind of just doing this. They're just doing the same thing they were already doing. Like their content has not changed at all. I gotta get a decanter.
How does that like make sense? It would just be. How would that make sense from like a story perspective? Like I know that they did make an explanation for it. But like it's. Oh yeah, there's like different colors across tonight.
See, I used to be like, oh, I gotta get a fucking editor to do this shit because I don't want to do this. But it's actually, if you have a game, if you like kind of have a plan of attack for how you're gonna edit your video or what you're looking for, it's a lot more doable. There was a time where I would edit streams down, like every stream I would edit down into a 20-minute video. And those have like okay views, but
yeah, I think it's like
it was just so tedious because I was just like cutting out all the dead air.
And so if your solution is like, oh, we just like
And I don't know, it's
that's a cop out. It's just like
it was really boring. It was the most robotic bullshit ever. It wasn't like fun.
Okay, whatever. Are you playing Pokemon now? Superman is actually a ghost type, so technically he's very nice.
Red, are you saying that you have a new paradigm shift in the VTuber world? I think you can make it happen. Actually, no, I don't think you can. I think you're too boring of a person. French press is fun. Although it's like, I think I still like brewing with paper filters more just because like I also got to work on like externalizing my emotions more. Like I gotta be more external with like my feelings. I was watching a video of like of a clown singing the song "The Sound of Silence," and he was just like the whole time he was just staring right into the fucking camera, which is that was a nightmare. That was a nightmare.
My favorite superhero was the challenge of me versus can I learn a prog rock song. I've been trying to get good at guitar. So my latest project is there's a Dream Theater song I'm trying to learn. I'm trying to learn a prog metal song.
No.
That's what, dude. No surprises.
Cloudy coffee.
Oh, sorry, I don't want to get DMCA. Don't DMCA me, Twitch bots. There's a what if called The Darkest Night. It asks, what would have happened if Nancy gone to New York City and got murdered from Clark's boy? Batman's kryptonite saying save Martha. Wait.
Booba, am I right, guys? I don't know. The old camera, like there is an alternative where I go ultra wide. What if I went ultra wide with the camera? Let's give it a whirl and see what happens.
Wait, what? Sure. Tranquilizers. So the looters are just like picking up random figurines and trinkets, huh?
Wait, I gotta go. Wait, hold up. Let's go. 70. Ultra wide. What if I went ultra wide?
Okay.
I don't know. What do you think?
Big rusty thing. Cogeneration unit. Okay.
What do you think? What if, well, crop the bottom too.
Isn't like the dweeb answer that like Batman can beat everybody
This is tight.
or whatever?
I unironically think this looks pretty tight.
Michael Myers out here.
I don't. Fuck you.
Like, I think the only
You don't even know anything.
is in
You don't know anything, dude. This is actually this is the secret right here.
like his Leatherface is a superhero, right?
Squishing your camera vertically. I got an ultra wide camera.
You know stuff. So the
Look at it. It looks so stylish. It takes up 3/4 of the screen.
villain is the Scarecrow.
It's perfect. It's perfect.
Right, oh, I won. I saw that. It seemed interesting. And I thought,
But now the chat is uneven. I think I fixed it.
is it good? Should I watch it? I know it got like mixed reviews and shit, but like I don't.
I think I fixed it.
So if it doesn't get mixed reviews, it's not a proper horror movie.
How about now? Is the chat uneven now?
Yeah, it's like a kid exploding people with his laser eyes. It was trying. It was trying like the adjective or the verb. Yeah.
Okay, let's see how I did on the coffee.
The question is there
I bought some tea. I've been drinking tea a lot.
I don't know. See,
I think part of it's like because it's really nice to make tea in the French press. So I've been getting into it, and I was looking at like how much it cost, like the prices of like nice tea. Do you know how much you can spend like $200 on fucking tea? $200 on fucking like loose leaf tea. What the hell is that?
I'm so fast. I'm so fast. You guys. Bye, guys.
Can I press M? It worked.
And then Arkham Knight. Let's see. I've got stuff for the way station. I think I got stuff for the way station.
This is really this coffee is so good.
There's so many things to like and interact with. I gotta do all this.
I really fucking like coffee.
Exhausting.
I love coffee, but it's not great for singing.
Is like,
This coffee's really good. Fuck.
this band Cardiacs. This album called Sing to God.
It's like a berry. I mean, I guess coffee is a berry. It tastes like a fucking berry. It's like juicy.
It's exhausting.
I don't know how to describe it. Man, it's good. It's really good.
And then it's also like the energy of the song also very well. And also like the tonality is also
Ah, this coffee's putting me in a good mood.
it's really cool, but like you kind of listen to a song at a time. Listen to one song and then like eat a sandwich.
It's all warm and yummy.
You like when you turn the top of the red, you're, oh dang, why did coffee blow up? Why didn't you say so? Why wasn't that the first thing you said? I like this kid already.
All right, how far are we? Where are we at?
It's like, I don't know.
Also got to worry about.
Like not all movies have to be like heady and shit. I know like Red is like it's all like pretentious and shit. Everything has to be like equal or whatever. But sometimes it's just like you just want to watch.
I want to know where that bonk is.
Whatever, that's
Is it early? It's probably kind of early. Might be before I teleport.
It's so much fun. The movie was so much fun.
Actually, I don't know, cause this is like You hear about this woke supremacy shit? Nah, wait, what's the woke supremacy shit? Let me know. I need something to get mad about. Okay. This is the thing. Who's complaining about woke supremacy? Is it like the right wing? Is the right wing going these wokes? It's some right wing manifesto that the wokes are getting. All right. I gotta Google it. I'm gonna Google it. We're gonna Google it. Woke supremacy. Senator Tim Scott. Okay, so we had Senator the woke supremacy, an anti-socialist manifesto. Evan Sayet. Then the thing he's and the it he's gonna say is the N-word, obviously. You already knew that. Woke supremacy. The South Carolina senator is falling in line with his Republican counterparts and taking aim at cancel culture. Republican Senator Uncle Tim Scott told Fox News' Trey Gowdy that woke supremacy is as bad as white supremacy. We need to take that seriously. But okay, wait, what power structure is he referencing? Oh wait, he's not, right? Denouncing the increase in the minimum wage to $15 an hour to show a patina of diversity. What the hell does that mean? Wait. Scott's press secretary, Scott was replying to comments made by Joy Reid when she said that the South Carolina senator participated in a GOP press conference denouncing the increase in the minimum wage to $15 an hour to show a patina of diversity. Scott's press secretary, Caroline Andrade, tweeted in response to the comment saying, "Unsurprising that someone like Joy would stoop that low. I guess that's what you do in the absence of a substantive policy critique." I'm pretty sure the substantive policy critique is that the failure of our government to give people a minimum wage increase is literally killing people. The senator has been leading the fight against the misguided Dem wage hike for weeks. This is like, I don't know. This is something that like it's breaking my brain. I don't know. It's the whole like wage hike thing, like the minimum wage thing, because people will talk about like, oh, it's the minimum wage is stagnated with regards to inflation. But like, do you also look at like the cost of like rent and insurance and shit with regards to inflation, and all that shit's gone up, right? So if inflation is, if a dollar is less able to like keep a roof over your head, doesn't that mean that it's dropped more? Like, how the fuck does what the hell is a dollar worth if not its ability to keep you like fed and housed and shit, you know? Like what metric are they using to like actually measure the value of a dollar, right? Like what's the thing they're measuring it against? Because if shit costs more than inflation would say it costs, then inflation is wrong. Inflation is fucking wrong. Like who says what inflation is? Who defines inflation? Who defines inflation? How it's measured and managed. That's why inflation reduces the purchasing power of each unit of currency, which leads to increases in the price of goods and services over time. It's an economics term that means you have to spend more time to fill your gas tank, buy a gallon of milk, or get a haircut. In other words, it increases your cost of living. So it's a measure of your cost of living. But if inflation is not accurately reflecting the cost of living, like rent and insurance, then the inflation is wrong. U.S. inflation has reduced the value of the dollar. Compare the dollar's value today with that of the past. So as prices rise, your money buys less. For that reason, it can reduce your standard of living over time. That's why President Ronald Reagan said, inflation is as violent as a mugger, as frightening as an Okay. The misery index. The inflation rate is more than 50% in a month. That's hyperinflation. Okay, here we go. The U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics uses the Consumer Price Index to measure inflation. It records the prices of 80,000 consumer items each month. So it's, okay, so there's something you're kind of leaving out if it's just consumer items, isn't it? I'm unduly mad about this, but like, if people fucking bring out fucking inflation, like inflation is a useless metric if it's not like, but if you like look at the cost of like groceries and shit with regards to like inflation, like they've gone down a little bit, but the cost of living is still going way up because inflation doesn't fucking reflect the cost of anything besides consumer goods, consumer items. I mean, if we only spent our money on fucking, on like Wonder Bread, then maybe that would be like useful. You know, am I stoned? Like, there's only $100 in the nation. $1 equals $1. But if there are $1, 1 equals less than 1. Wait, but that's not what they're using to measure it. They're using the Consumer Price Index to measure inflation. Because we've already dispensed with the notion that like if we print more money, then the money's gonna it's bad. It's gonna go away. Like we've already like shown that if like we need money, we can just fucking print money. It's not real. Money's not fucking real, right? So and like from your perspective, right? From like how money actually matters to you, like $1 is not a measure of like, it's not a like useful only as it relates to its proportion of like the amount of dollars in circulation. That doesn't affect you at all. Like it's not like a thing that affects you. And like we don't even know how many dollars are in circulation because people fucking like light them on fire and snort coke with them and shove them up their ass and shit. Like no one, it's like that shit just fucking disappears. So like the only thing that like matters to you with like how much $1 is worth is like, okay, how many of these will keep me sleeping indoors versus outdoors? And so if inflation says one thing, but it's like it clearly costs more than what then inflation is wrong. Like if the rise in rent outstrips inflation, then inflation is not an accurate measure. It's like the GDP thing, right? Or people bring up GDP. Like, it sounds like a good metric, right? It's a number. It's got an acronym. It's a GDP. It sounds official. But it's completely divorced from reality. It's not like it's just like a little like segment of like how much like a Game Boy is gonna cost you. Like, that's not, and that's not like, especially now, like that's not what like most of your money is going towards, you know? Like, most of your money is not going towards groceries. Like, the thing that actually is like the most of your money is going to is the very thing that's not being tracked by fucking inflation. I don't know. I'm just fucking mad about a lot of things. And now if anybody mentions fucking inflation, I'm just gonna fucking spit in their eye, I think. Oh. How are you doing? I got coffee. This whole thing started because I was like, I saw the fucking like rent thing versus like inflation and shit and like minimum wage. Like, obviously, like, you know, minimum wage hasn't gone up even to like match inflation, let alone the cost of living. But I was like, okay, well, let's check the cost of groceries with regards to inflation. And that seemed to track roughly. But then I checked like the cost of like auto insurance. And like, okay, well, here's the cost with inflation. It should be, you're spending $1,000 a year. If you compare it to like 2008, like I checked like 2008, I checked like the average yearly auto insurance cost in like 2008, and then checked like, okay, so with inflation, it should cost this much in 2021. But then I checked how much it actually is, and it was 150% of that, which is not a small difference. Some would say that is outside of a rounding error. What's that? What's the statistical thing of that? It's more than one standard deviation away. That was another thing I like learned. What the hell is a standard deviation? A quantity calculated to indicate the extent of deviation for a group as a whole. But I calculated that shit. The population standard deviation, the size of the population, each value from the population mean. Oh man. So I'll have to know like the actual way they studied that shit. Nah, never mind. Margin? Hi. Yeah, that's outside. Yes, outside of the margin of error. That's well outside the margin of error. How's it going, Tracy? I'm just getting mad about inflation. And I'm mad about inflation. Well, but it's housing prices, like housing costs are they're already not reflected in inflation rates. It's already something that's like, it's already outside of inflation. But yeah, obviously landlords are purposely holding on to land that they don't even use. They're obviously fucking manipulating available stock and shit. They're doing all that shit. They're doing the fucking diamond cabal thing. You know, say what you want about Mao, but he did murder all the landlords. So, you know. Some good and some bad. Thanks, Tracy. I was worried I wouldn't have a rant, but, you know, I did some, like, math. And, you know, I probably won't have to edit this at all. I'll just, like, chop off the ends of it and put it on YouTube. It's something. Also, what do you think about the slightly squashed webcam? We got two options. Let's do other crop. We got this one. Which is like squished this way. And I think Red likes that one, where it's like just a little window. If only my dad owned an emerald mine. Yeah, for real. 22, what is that? I don't know. I don't know. It's pretty wide. Yeah. It looks nice, but this is obviously like more, I think this aspect ratio is more welcoming, whereas the other aspect ratio seems very like cinematic, but kind of closed off. So I guess actually if we're doing like, you like the wide one now? See the wide looks nice. Okay, wait, what if I just did this one? Just normal. This is just the normal aspect ratio. My only concern is like, I made this bigger. Like I increased the size of this. Because obviously you're not, the whole point of watching a stream is not to watch me do some fucking like sick backdash cancels or whatever. Like it's to like see me to whatever extent, you know? So I wanted to make me a little bit bigger. Nah, fam, what? But yeah, the wide one, this one. Wait, no. Yeah. This one. Yeah. Elon Musk, though. So you like the wide one, the squishy one? Squishy one's kind of fun. Wide is where it's at? Yeah, alright. Alright. I'll scooch down a little bit. It feels like I'm like looking through like the window of a tank. You can't get me. You can't get me. I'm all protected. I'm all protected. Wide looks tight? Alright. Alright. Widescreen cinematic. So that was like when I was just doing a bunch of like Tekken streams. I like had day mode as like the text in the Twitch title. It seemed very aesthetic to just have it say day mode. I just felt very inspired to type that in. Day mode. I don't know. I still like the way day mode like tastes to say. Am I off base here? It's a big window. Yeah, that's true. But it's actually a trick of the lens out, Sanity. It's actually, we're using we just have it like pushed up against the thing. It's pushed up really close against the window. So it's you know, it's just a trick of the framing. Dude, cameras are fucked. The cameras are so fucky. The way they can like, there's, you know, the way they like trick like the angles of like entry for like light beams, you know? Like, do you think about how like much they can just fuck with shit? Like they can just change like to the extent that like it makes conspiracy theorists freak out about like the Earth. Like, why does the Earth look different in this picture versus this picture? It's just because like in one picture the angle or whatever. What's the photography term for like the angle? This window's so tiny. It's so narrow. How narrow can I make this? Is it just me fucking with the camera now? Fitty. Yeah. Oh, fuck. Look at that. Mad squished. How can I go wider? Can I go wider? All right. Damn it. Yeah, I gotta get a new interface. Like I can actually, no, I've like pinpointed like how it happens. It's not like a gradual drift. Like I thought it would be like a gradual drift over time. Um, but it's actually, there's a specific moment where where there's like a little pop or just like a stutter, and it just like the clock just like breaks. It just like loses its shit. I don't know. I'm not. I don't know how, if it's just like replacing the clock module or something. Actually, let's see. Can you just buy a clock module? Pro 40 clock module. Or I could just replace it. I don't know. I should it's time. It's time, honestly. Now it's like camped at 24 FPS. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, fancy. Okay, hold up. Let's see if I can oh, damn it. Okay. Well, the problem is the stream is at 30, so there's not much of a difference. Some JJ Abrams lens flare. Dude, okay, hold up. Can I make the stream at 24 FPS? Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Video. Should I do that?